What's going on YouTube? This is not really an official G.I. Joe or, excuse me, an official room tour. But because some stupid ass, most likely trailer trash, heavy set, gotta be Caucasian jackass, send some hate message. I am one to understand why people get aggravated and annoyed when they're just trying to help people and share their collectibles and stuff on YouTube. I've been on YouTube just like eBay from the beginning. I don't like hate or haters. My problem is I'm straightforward, right to the fucking punch, and I let people know about themselves. So it makes me come across arrogant, angry, and or always aggressive. Which I'm born and raised in Brooklyn, East New York, man. You know what I mean? So as a New Yorker, we are a very uptight, anxious, and aggressive people. And being a nigger, a black guy from the hood, I'm always gonna be outspoken, straightforward, and right to the fucking point. Anybody who knows me will tell you, yeah, one thing about him, he's right to the point. So this video is not about drama or nothing, but it is to support a new fellow YouTuber that I just found, called G.I. Joes and Beards. And just to let you guys see, obviously, G.I. Joe, vet guy, and I have a beard too, and I happen to be a nigger from the hood. Uh, when I say nigga, I mean nigga, not nigger. Like of course, we all know anybody who has intelligence know what that word means. But I like using that word as a expression of enlightenment because I don't find that word offensive or derogatory toward me or as a group of people who happen to be black. I just find it because that's just a term I grew up with, and we used it as enlightenment. We didn't use it as a term to disrespect another race because anybody who knows what that word really means knows what that word really means. Outside of that, to G.I. Joes and Beards, my brother. Listen, I just hope and pray that one day I can grow up to be a grandfather. I am a father, I'm an uncle and cousin and all that other shit. I'm just hoping before I leave this earth and take my last breath, I will be able to experience being a grandpa. Because right now I got a 25 and a 24-year-old. My daughter will soon be 26. Her and my oldest son are 2 years apart, but being that his birthday's in April and hers is in August, it makes it seem like they're a year apart, but they're not. But anyhow, and then I have my 15-year-old. So I don't have grands now. I'm not really rushing it, but I would love to see it before I leave this earth. So for you out there who, my brother, I respect your. I could see the little agitation, but I like that you held your composure a hell of a lot better than I ever would have, and I have to respect that because I'm upset for you because of this fucking clown. Now, I feel the same way he does. You don't like somebody's channel or their videos, don't watch. This is probably somebody that probably had a couple of G.I. Joes when they were younger. Their parents probably had to sell it to buy soup or some shit, or the individual can't afford it and they just hating for whatever reason. He's hating just to be a hater. Like to tell somebody they're not a collector, they're a hoarder. Who the fuck are you to sit here and tell somebody about themselves and who they are? You know what I mean? Like shit like that. See, this is why. Like it brings me back to the issue I had in Target. I think it was Friday or whatever damn day it was, where I wanted to beat the shit out of this dark-skinned Dominican bum ass piece of shit. But anyway, that's a whole different story. Anyway, I'm not really showing the way I would normally do, but I just want to give support and shout out. I'm a man who come from the ashes, man. I grew up on welfare. My mom was a baby making babies. She had my two older brothers when she was in, I think, 14 or 15. Then me 16, and she conceived me. She conceived me around 16. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm proud and not proud of it because she's my mom, and I'm living proof, and I'm alive because of her. She could have aborted me. She could have fucking gave me up for adoption. There's a lot of things that could have and should have happened, but it didn't. I'm on this earth, and I think I made this earth a better place because I've made my mark on this earth, regardless of how intricate and small it is. I have a wife and I have kids. And, we struggled through a lot of shit to get where we are. And I am a homeowner. I would have never thought, one, I'd be married, especially to a black woman. Because growing up, anybody who know me know that I was, mostly all my girlfriends growing up, this may shock y'all, were actually Caucasian and Hispanic. And very few Asians. I very rarely had or been around or been with a lot of black women. I mean, I've been with more Hispanic women than any, followed by Caucasian and Asian. Not to say that that's any relevance, but I'm just basically, saying for what it is. So my support goes to anybody. Some people may say, "Oh, you're a very arrogant." I'm not. I'm not arrogant. I'm not even a racist. I call shit for what it is. If I feel like, I hate to say it, but it's just like on eBay. If you find out these people, most of the people that steal and do a lot of hateful shit always have to be overweight. Mass majority of them are Caucasian, and most of them can barely afford to buy a fucking can of progressive Lipton soup. And you know what I mean? And they out there robbing people and hit people in the head, or just being straight trash pieces of shit, entitled morons that are just mad and they want to hate on you because they can't afford it. So instead of sitting here and trying to get people to help them or better themselves and go out there and struggle and like how we do to get the shit, it's easier for them to hate on you because you got what they don't. And that's why I'm doing this video, because it's like, one thing about me, I've always been a very supportive person. Whether people out there like me or don't like me, regardless of who the fuck you are, nobody can never sit here and say one thing about that nigga. He never, you could never say that I never tried. Even when I had my old Mike Son 007 channel, I've always been out there and I've always tried to, when people are complaining about Hot Toys and Sideshow, what the fuck did I did? I got on the phone for over an hour and a half and spoke to a lot of people in Sideshow. You guys out there never supported it. You know what I mean? But yeah, you always sit, bitch, moan, and cry about shit. But then when somebody go out there and do something to try to make the things better for everybody, y'all sit there and shut them down because all you want is your piece of pie. And it's like, it's not about nobody else, it's about you. Just like I look at a lot of people's channels and it nauseates me. What nauseates me is when I turn around, right? And I see a lot of these so-called statue collectors. But that's a whole different story. I don't want to sit here and tarnish, G.I. Joes and Beards, name by going into a whole in-depth rant about drama and shit. But, I just wanted to, kind of like, I'm going to do a way better video than this. I just want to spew this. I have 2 rooms also, but this I consider my G.I. Joe room because this is what I did. I actually built that. I am going to do a better room tour, but I just wanted to give a quick shout out. I even got the G.I. Joe. I brought this from this dude named Brian, and it was a sheet, and I got it turned into a set of curtains because it's pretty badass. It was one sheet, and it was cut and made into curtains for me from this Korean tailor cleaners. But I do have multiples of stuff. There is some stuff that I do have. I have to, get more stuff for. But you can watch all my videos and see. I am doing another video right now about some stuff I picked up yesterday in Columbus. But I just wanted to give, this video was basically in support of my brother. One thing about us as collectors, we may not know each other personally. Hell, we may just come across each other. But one thing I can say about us, we are very, 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 very supportive of other fellow collectors, to the point where some may even think that we know each other, but it's not even about knowing each other. It's just all about having a love for a childhood toy line that, like a lot of us, like for me, I've said it plenty of times where I remember I can listen to certain songs, I can listen to certain TV or movie theme songs, and just certain toy lines. It gives me chills because it reminds me of a more simpler, better time back in the day where I remember certain family members. I remember certain outings, and that's what it's all about. It's all about nostalgia. You know what I mean? Some of us couldn't afford to have it. I mean, when I was growing up, dude, I was a grown man when this shit came out. I couldn't afford this shit. I had to help my mom out, work, and do other things, so it wasn't easy for me. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of things I've had over the years, and like I've told you guys millions of times, if I Back then, if I had the room, I would I would display and not sell everything. You know what I'm saying? But I it was never like that for me. It's not about me selling something to get other things because I can't afford it. It was all about me selling and trading other stuff to get other shit that I like more. Just like I'm pretty sure a lot of us do. A lot of us, sometimes we buy small collections of stuff and we'll buy this and that just to get a better upgrade than what we do. This is what collectors do. Most of us who are, I like to call us surviving collectors. And what I mean, if you ever hear me use that word again, what I mean surviving, I just mean surviving in the fact of an individual that goes out there and they survive on taking money that, saying like extra money they have to buy stuff to either help the community or upgrade their stuff to be able to replenish money from selling other stuff and, just keep revolving until they get to until they get to the peak they want to get to. So, saying to G.I. Joes and Beards, my brother, man, yo, Joe, and keep doing what you're doing. This video is just a quick, I'm not really going crazy with tours and stuff. I just want to throw this out there for this dude, man. And for that hater, man, you should be ashamed of yourself. Go out there and get a fucking job. And, even if you got paid for it, you need money, I'll send you a couple dollars to go on Backpage and, go out there and get you something. Experience the feel of a real good woman and stop using your hands so much. And then maybe you can learn, maybe you can learn to stop, hating on others and learn how to build yourself up, man. You stupid bastard. Peace.